Okay. Okay. We're recording. So I'm going to start doing our weekly getting started right calls on Saturday mornings, just so anybody that you sign up a new coach, or anybody that's interested in learning more about the business, or, just in general, is more than welcome to get on. I know we tend to have coaches. I think both of you guys are started as discount coaches, and then, wanted to learn a little bit more about what coaching is all about. And then, okay, I think I can really do this. So those calls kind of just bridge the gap. And then it's just nice to see other people's faces, especially since we're in a business that we do at home by ourselves, kind of. So anything new coachy type related, I'm not going to really address on this call. I'm not doing a getting started right call after this, but I just wanted to put it out there and start doing that as of next week. So what I typically do on a getting started right call is just work through the basics of, when you've started coaching, you work through your new coach checklist, you get familiar with the back office, the new coach trainings, and all of that stuff. And then start with like a coach basics and really just get plugged into an initial training, working on getting to that first big step of, rank advancing to Emerald, finding two people, whether it's, your mom and your husband, or, your sister and your brother, and getting them signed up to get you to that Emerald level, or, your BFF and your post office worker. I got nothing right now. My brain is dead. Guys, Orange Theory was crazy this morning. Can I just tell you, it was fun, but I'm wiped out. That was an hour of serious ass kicking. I mean, 640 calories in an hour was I ran 2 miles on the treadmill, and then I did rowing and weights and TRX bands and stuff. And it was it was beastly. Wow. And I just 6 a.m. Let's do it. Yay. So I'm if I'm going to go drink today, I better do something. So,
that should have been my plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Technically it was a rest day, but I'm I probably need to do this today. So anyway, with, getting started right, it kind of just, that initial first step of, taking, especially if you have a new coach or somebody interested in the business, making sure that they get on a getting started right call, making sure that they get familiar and get connected with other people on the team, and just stressing the importance of staying connected, because I've found personally myself, when I disconnect, when I'm not listening to national wake up calls, when I'm not listening to recordings. Oh, there's Michaela. Hey, lady. Happy Saturday.
Hey.
What are you doing?
I have to work.
Are you at work?
I got a sitter. No, I got a sitter for a couple hours, but my new group kicks off tomorrow. So I was really hoping to get some stuff done. And then I have to go grocery shopping, and I have till noon. So I don't have an hour to be on a call this morning.
Yeah. No, I'm just talking about our getting started right stuff.
Cool.
So anyway, new coach interested, getting them on and getting started right, getting them plugged in, getting them familiar with, with what the basics are and what the next steps are. And I was just saying, staying connected, being familiar with team calls, and just that network of support. Just listening to a national wake up call sometimes really just makes you feel okay, I'm not alone in this, because when you work from your home by yourself and you're, it can be very, I don't know, disheartening when you're I've had 10 no's in a row, and what am I even doing? Why am I doing this? Nobody even cares. I'm done. Nobody can relate. I'm all alone, And when you talk to other coaches and stuff, and you're we're all going through similar stuff. We all have, it's not always easy to find 10 people to sign up every month, So that just form of connectment really just kind of makes a difference. But I didn't know who else was going to get on. I wanted to just check in with you guys too and see how you guys are doing with like a formal tracking system and like just kind of following along with keeping yourself on pace for your own personal business and how that's going. Does anybody have any feedback, input, or want to share what you're doing or anything like that, or what you're not doing, or something that you found that helps or whatever?
Not doing way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not doing enough either. I was like so strong in January and right before this last group. And I have realized that as soon as I feel overwhelmed, I just stop everything. Like I just literally like will throw the towel and like, okay, I'm done. I can't do it. Like I had conversations going with a bunch of people, and I like the thing that you sent me yesterday, like I totally self-sabotaged myself. Like I rushed through conversations and lost people, or I didn't message them back quick enough. And I totally caught myself on fire and just like went down in flames. So
yeah, I listened to, and I can share it with you guys, this podcast, and it was about like how you're like sabotaging your own leadership. And it's like, you know, self-doubt and, you know, just really like you start to go down a path of self-sabotage where you're like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not, you know, and then it snowballs. And then next thing you know, you're like way behind where you were. And then you're like total overwhelm. And that's when, you know, you throw in the towel. And it just really talked about the strengths of like continuation and, you know, just, I don't know, I can share it in the page, but it was pretty good. It was something that kind of gave me a little bit of a gut check, because I initially, when I started this business, probably the first, I would say maybe even the first 2 years almost, I had a lot of doubt in what I was doing because of that. You know, rejection comes with this business. And that's something that, you know, when you start this business and you expect like, okay, I'm going to make $150, you know, on day one, and then 300 on day two, and 5,000 by the end of the year, you know, or by the end of the month, you know, like it's in reality, like, come on, you know, that's not going to happen. Like we're not selling wraps here, and we're not like trying to get all these fast bonuses and stuff. Like that's not what we do. We focus on long-term, and that's the basis of this business, is long-term. And I guarantee, and I see it in my own business, the more consistent I am and the more I put in, the more I get out. And last month, I basically set a huge goal for myself for 2017. And I said I was going to push even harder. I was going to dig even deeper. And I was going to get out of my comfort zone a little bit more and invite more people and take those risks. And when I see somebody posting on Facebook about their workout, I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to say like, hey, are you a coach? Why not? Like, or, hey, you know, I saw you post 5,000 unhealthy recipes and then complained about how you can't lose weight. Like maybe I can help you with your nutrition, you know, and just not be afraid to ask those people for help. And last month I had one of the best months I've had in this business. And I chalk that up to the fact that like, I'm done quitting on myself. I'm done quitting on like, you know, just succumbing to like stress and frustration, and like knowing that there are ups and downs in a lot of these businesses. Gosh, he's so cute. Oh my gosh. Like baby distraction. Oh,
I thought I heard a baby cooing, and I'm like, what is that sound? Where was that baby this whole time?
He was nursing.
Oh, okay.
Look at him. He's like, what are those crazy ladies doing?
he is. He's like, look at his face. He's like, what?
Mom.
Oh my God. That's
Mom,
so
is it okay?
funny.
Look at him smile.
Oh, he's so happy. You had your mama milk. Now you feel good.
Oh, he is so dang cute.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I mean, just, you know, just not being afraid to step out of that comfort zone. And, you know, I like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Somebody's going to say no, or they're going to say thanks, but no thanks, or you know what, I'll think about it, or nothing. They'll say nothing at all. And that's fine. And then they'll know you've planted those seeds. They'll know like, okay, if I need some help, I can go to her because she's consistent and she's showing up. And this guy that I listened to was talking about social media, and he was talking about how he's now a super successful like leadership entrepreneur type person where he does, leadership podcasts and all kinds of things. Can you guys hear me? Everybody was just frozen for a minute. Yeah. Okay. So he was just talking about how when he started his business, he started on YouTube and he started making YouTube and Facebook Live videos. And he did that consistently for 6 months, every single day, talking about leadership, momentum, growth, without making 1 cent. And he just focused on building his business and just showing up every day. And then, things started to happen. The ball started rolling and he began to start seeing growth in his business. So I'm not saying that, it's going to take 6 months or 10 years to get where you're going. I'm just saying, like, the more consistent you are, the more it shows. The more you're showing up, every day, the more that you're at least throwing, and not every post Beachbody, we all know that. But like when you throw out those little jabs, when you throw out like, the fact that you're being consistent with your workouts, the fact that your consistency with your workouts and your nutrition are giving you long-term results, then that's just what people want to see. And that's what people want to know. And people want to know that, like, of course, if somebody's after a quick fix, we're going to see them sign up with one of those companies that offers them a quick fix or an overnight whatever result. And there's nothing we can do about that. But we can be here for them when that stuff doesn't work and they're ready for the real deal. So I could go off on that for days, but I'll stop. So moving forward, anything that you guys are struggling with, or anything that you guys have questions about, or anything that you guys need more of, more time. More time.
Yeah. I feel like I've talked to some of the girls on like underneath me. And I think like I talked to Melissa the other night, I talked to Cindy last night, and Kelly and I kind of have chatted off and on, but I feel like all these trainings and the different groups that we get put in, and the national wake up calls, and then it's like the Dream Team call and the Forever Fit call and then our call. And it's like, I feel like we are full-time workers. Like, well, Melissa's not, but we have jobs. And it's like, I try to get on these things and stay connected and follow along in these groups. But it's like the time that I invest in that is the time that I should be sending out invites and connecting with people. And I think that we're all just like, we don't have time. It's like, do we get on the calls to try to hear the same things over and over again? Or do we step away from the calls and try to work our business in those few hours that we have?
Yeah. So that's something that, like, as far as prioritizing, that's something that you're going to have to do what works for you. So if that's like a key power hour time for you, then like, by all means, like, you know what, I focus on my business from 8 to 9 PM and I get the most work done, or 9 to 10 PM or whatever. And like, yeah, I throw on a training in the background, and, or I'll put my headphones in and have something going in my brain while I'm working through a power hour. And that helps. I know that elite mastermind group that I'm in, there's like 400 videos that I need to catch up on. And where I would love to be able to catch up on all those, I know I'm not going to. And there are coaches that are, 10, 15 star diamonds that don't ever get on calls because they don't have time, that it doesn't work for them, or it's, when it's not fit into your schedule, or when the time is inopportune. You can't feel guilty about that.
And Melissa told me, Melissa told me, she's like, I'm not going to be on the call. She's like, I have a few hours a week, and I feel like to get on a call whenever it's not super valuable, like in that moment for her, she's like, I just can't justify it. And I was like, I don't blame you for that. And I kind of am getting to that point. I just feel like when we have questions or we need something, we have the resources to either look it up, look in the back office, or reach out to our uplines or into like the Dream Team page like Kelly did about her girl yesterday. I just think the resources are there. So if my team or me backs off, I'll stay connected with you, Ashley, like I always have, but I don't want anybody to be like, where are they at? What are they doing? I just think that we need to figure out how it's going to work for us.
Right. Yeah. And I totally agree, because there are times that I set aside to be on calls that has worked for me over the years. Yeah. But I know if I miss it, like, it's not going to be the end of the world. my business
Right.
is not going to fail because I miss a call. You know, my business isn't going to fail because I didn't make time to listen to, you know, Melanie Mitro talk for 30 minutes. Now, if I am not inviting and I'm not doing the daily habits, then I know my business is going to fail if I'm not following up like I should. So I have to make those priority adjustments and really just focus on the things I know that are going to grow my business.
I think that's kind of where I'm at too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
Sorry.
you're fine. Go ahead.
I have like 10 people to follow up with right now, and I just haven't had
Mhm.
time all week. You know,
Yeah.
like it's good. I've got a lot of traction right now, but I'm feeling like overwhelmed with, because you know, one conversation is with one person is, it can take 30 to 40 minutes of your time,
Right.
and it happens over days. So it's like, I feel like I need 3 hours of time just to have conversations with 4 people.
Yeah.
So, and I've literally got a list right now, like 6 or 7 people I need to follow up with,
Right.
like who have messaged me and are interested. And we've started conversations, and I just, like I told my husband, I was like, I need like all day today to just do this.
Yeah. And sometimes that's okay. Like I'll take, like he's going to take the kids to the gym here in an hour and go work out for an hour. And that'll give me time for, you know, I'll like blinders on, focus and get that hour of work done and do those follow-ups. And that's a big, I talk about working from a list. And I have my list right here in front of me. And I literally just pull from that list and I just go through and just knock out like 10 or 15 invites. And I posted some conversations I had started in the team page the other day. And I literally will copy and paste those minus like a couple little tweaks to just, you know, obviously change their name and then obviously take a look at their page and make sure like they're not already doing something with Beachbody, or make sure, you know, that they didn't just have some kind of tragedy. And I'm like, hey, I hope you're having a great day. And they're like, seriously, like kiss my ass. Like my dog just died, you know? And so yeah, I mean, just taking that time. And sometimes those copy and paste, you know, when you find one conversation that you've started with somebody that works really well, I like to use those similar things because I know like this worked for, you know, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. But keeping it, you know, keeping that kind of similar structure, that similar like conversation, because you know that works. You know, you start a conversation, the form method, family, occupation, recreation, and then message, and just start building that little conversation. But as you're doing that, just going through, and then you start at the bottom of your messages where your people have messaged you back, and start there and scroll up. Because I know how easy it is to see a message come through that's like, yeah, I'm interested. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to go to that one first. And then you forget all those other people. And then here we are on Saturday morning and we're all like, holy shit, I have so much that I need to do right now. So that's what I have to do, is scroll back through. And that's my goal for the next hour, is to get, you know, another 15 messages out and see what happens. So I think we all have groups starting on Monday, correct? Or the following Monday, doing a week of prep this week. So, so yeah, that priority. And then just,
what are the names of your guys' groups? Like, I don't even have a theme. I don't have anybody new. So
I have like one new person, and I thought I was going to have like 6, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a crappy month. But I'm doing a 6-week boot camp. So I just called it 6-week total body boot camp.
okay.
And I posted.
Kelly, what are you doing?
I was thinking like a boot camp too.
Are you
I
doing
haven't
a boot
really
camp?
decided yet.
Okay. Guess I'll do a boot camp.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm doing it is because we're going to Punta Cana in 6 weeks from this Monday. So I was like, all right, I got to whip my ass in gear. So I figured that's a good March theme.
Well,
People start thinking about swimsuit
A year,
shopping.
a year ago on my time hop, it came up my bikini boot
Mine
camp.
too.
So yeah, that works.
It works for us.
There you go.
So that's it. And then I'm going to do a 21-day fix group in April. Because I'm going to do Fix Extreme and prep for the beach. So that's my idea, I guess. And I'm just going to merge those groups, I think. So you guys all have like the script for like your first week in your challenge group. You have like an idea of your first week post. Do you have those saved, or have you done Google Docs and stuff like that? I know, Rusty, you're like not quite there yet, so not. But do you guys do that? Do you like take posts and save them into a Google Doc so that way?
Yeah, I usually do.
Okay.
I don't know. I have been doing that. I didn't save any of my stuff from this last group because I feel like I was just literally winging it every day. I was not planned and prepared the way I should have been. And
why don't I just open up a Google Doc for the team page of like good challenge group posts. So then whenever you post something in your challenge group that either gets a ton of traction or something, nutrition-y or fitness-y that you want to share that you think is a really good post, we can just post them in there and then we can use each other's. So that way we don't ever run out of ideas. We'll just have it.
That would be good. I honestly, like Michaela, they're like, I don't know what to post, so I just
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what we're there for. I mean, I think it's good. I didn't even think about putting you in a group, but I think that that's good to be a fly on the wall in each other's groups so you can see what other people are posting.
Right.
I'm in your group for that reason.
Yeah, I know, but I find that when I don't have an idea to post and then it gets pushed to the back burner, I get really bad anxiety because I'm like, oh my God, I haven't posted yet. Oh my God. So if I don't have a plan,
that's how I'm feeling about today. I haven't posted anything in my group yet and I'm freaking out.
I haven't either, but it's like my last day. So I want to make a Google form for a survey for everybody to get feedback on group. And then I need to tally up the points to see who won. And then other than that, I'm not doing anything else in there. I might ask for some transformations within the Google form, which how the hell do you make a Google form?
Do you want I can screen share and I can send you.
It's really easy, Michaela.
Yeah.
Is it under Google? Like I just went under like shoots. I was just looking for
go
that.
over to the right and then just click forms. It's super easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was kind of doing that while we were on the call here, and I was like, "What the hell am I doing?"
And if you guys want me to send you this too,
there.
or I can post it. So this is my Midpoint challenge group wrap up.
Oh,
so
yes.
This is what I'm going to send. So it just basically, here's your feedback. What did you do? Non-scale victories, weight in inches lost, yada, yada, yada. Next challenge group. Did you submit your results? Similar.
Yeah. Will you share that with us? I've never done anything like that. And I definitely will.
Do you ask, is there anything in that about like, what did you like about group or what could I do different?
Name, program, non-scale victories. What are you still struggling with? What accomplishments are you most proud of? What did you love about drinking Shakeology? Are you interested in receiving a 25% discount? Learning more about being a coach, and then write any feedback of your experience. So yeah,
I mean, tweak it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Easily.
So I'll just.
I feel like I've seen that. Somebody must have shared that.
I think
before.
Sarah Griffith did in the. So what's nice about this is you can shorten that URL too, and then copy it. So let me just post that in the page. And I feel like that helps too, because if you have somebody in your group that's like, that's thinking about coaching, then that kind of gives them the chance to speak up and like, yeah, actually, or somebody that's like wants to get the discount and sign up as a discount coach, it gives them that chance to do that. So I do have a Midpoint one as well, and I can share all of them. So yeah.
Okay, I have a question really quick. This is like totally unrelated to what we're talking about. But okay, so my girl that's in my group that's like has this addiction to sugar and won't stop eating. She signed up as a coach. Well, she loves like all the workouts and whatever. Well, there's somebody else. So she's a middle school teacher at my school. So she has like a lot more contact with middle school people than I do. But like one of the other middle school people like came to her, and this woman's like really fit and like loves exercising, whatever. But I think this Christy girl got Pio for her as like a gift, like from everybody in middle school. They like bought her because she's the assistant principal or whatever. So anyways, so this woman really likes Pio. She came to Christy and said, like basically tell me about Shakeology. Well, Christy's only been drinking it for a month and a half now. Well, I guess 2 months. She started January 1st, whatever. And but she's not seeing results because she's eating all this crap. And so she's like, she's asking me if it like really works and it's so expensive and blah, blah, blah. But like, she doesn't have a fair perspective. So I'm thinking like, she told me about this and I'm like thinking like, I need to like micromanage this situation and like go talk to this woman and tell her like, but without having to like throw Christy under the bus for being like a binge eater. I just don't know how to do it. To go to her and say, hey, I heard you were interested in Shakeology. Let me tell you a little bit about it. And scratch everything Christy said because it's not working for her because she's not following the program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would do exactly.
How do I go about that?
I would too.
I would.
What?
I would do exactly that. Like I would go to her and just say like, hey, Christy had reached out to me and said you were interested in Shakeology, or, and I wanted to just give you some more information about it. Like, this is how it's worked for me. This is the results my challengers have seen with using it. This is, some victories that I've had. Share like the rest of our stuff too. Like not just people in your group, but like share, that like other people that have had struggles with binge eating that have used it as a replacement for that. And then just that it's not just like a 30-day and done. Like it helps with long-term craving results type stuff.
Yeah, it's just hard because like it's not helping her with that.
Right.
And so that is what she's told her. Basically.
I think that your friend, the binge eater, if you will, I think that she has a lot bigger, deeper issues than.
Right, which is what I told her yesterday.
Yeah, I do. I think she has a sugar addiction, and I think she's eating for other reasons.
I do too.
Shalene Johnson has a really good podcast. I think it's from 2014 or 2015. Go into this Shalene show, her podcast. There's one on sugar addiction and like breaking the sugar cycle, which is really good. That you might even share it. You might share it in your group so that everybody can like see it and listen to it. Mm-hmm. But you might send it to your friend too and say like,
I mean, she's a good friend, so like I can have those tough conversations with her. But I think, I don't know, since I've been thinking about it for, over a day now, like I can't stop thinking about it because it's just upsetting to me. But I think that, I believe has OCD. And so I wonder if it's like a mental, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking like I might like have to say to her, like, I think you need to see a doctor, talk to the doctor about this.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think it's like a compulsive thing.
Mm-hmm.
It could be.
Like, I think it's part of her obsessive compulsive, but it's hard because like, she doesn't know that she's obsessive compulsive.
Right.
So then it's like to say it to her could.
Yeah. I'm basically
saying
it could be you're crazy. You need to see a doctor, you know?
And we're not here to diagnose people. So that's kind of a tough thing too. So.
But I was just kind of upset yesterday because I felt like she was coming to me, I don't know. And I'm like overly sensitive, like to the max, but I just felt a little like, almost like she was like kind of accusing me of like not helping her enough. I mean, like she started to give me feedback on like what I could do better in the challenge group. And she's like, have you thought about following, these people on Facebook? I've seen these coaches on Facebook. Like you could get some ideas from them. And I'm thinking, I spend like all my freaking free time in training on how to be a coach. Like, like I had to explain that to her. Like, I'm not just like winging this. Like I actually am like learning how to do this. Like there's a lot, like I train to do this. I'm not just.
Well, to me, that sounds like she's deflecting. Like she's putting it onto you when it's really her own issues. It's like, I'm going to eat this donut and then I'm going to be mad at you because I'm not losing weight. Well,
yeah. And it wasn't like that direct, but she was like, and I mean, I have slipped in my challenge group. I've not been like good about holding people accountable for checking in, which I'm going to do differently next time. And Michaela, I'm borrowing from your group how you had like your check-in here with the fingers.
It's been amazing. That's like the best thing I could have ever done.
And I'm going to do that every day because she basically said like, well, I've been eating like shit because you're not holding me accountable. You're not saying anything when I don't check in every day.
The other thing I've really noticed too is like the last week, no one checks in. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like it needs to be a 3-week group. Everyone's gung-ho the first week. The second week, they're like, there. Third week, you can kind of regroup them in. Fourth week, they're gone. So it's like, I think I'm going to shrink them down to 3-week segments too.
Yeah.
It will be easier to track it. I don't know. For me, I'm trying to figure out what works, but I find, Kelly, like I slip by like weeks 3 and 4 that I'm like, people stop checking. I mean, look at this. Like everyone was like checking in great. And then all of a sudden it was like, nothing was happening. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
So I'm doing that point system in all my groups right now. That thing that was posted in one of the teams. And it's like a, check-in, rate your, like if you drink Shakeology, you get 1 point. If you work out, you get 1 point. If you post a selfie, you get 5 points. If you post your Shakeology, you get 5 points. And then basically like you tally up your points and you post them in this post. Like I pinned that points post. And you are responsible for doing that, and then I will count them all up at the end of the group. So that way it holds people accountable. And I'm giving away a prize to, I'm doing a raffle for the top 5 people, and then giving away a prize for whoever has the most points or whatever. So that way, like if you want a prize, if you want a chance to win, you have to hold yourself accountable, because I'm not going to do it for you. But at the end, I'll tally up everything. So that's kind of helped. I've seen people posting, doing that regularly, checking in, and that has helped. I feel like whenever there's a prize to be won, people tend to get a little bit more like, oh, like, hey, freebie. And just
I mean, I always do prizes and I always offer like points for challenges.
Yeah.
But I've never said that I would offer points for checking in daily.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm going to do, because I need to go back and like, I've totally sucked this round too, as far as like keeping track of everybody's points and stuff. Like I've not done that, and I always have before. Like, I don't know what the deal is this month. I was like really distracted. I really wanted to go on spring break. And so I spent like weeks trying to plan a spring break vacation. And then it turned out I was really poor and we had no money to go on spring break. So it was like a loss of like weeks of my time. But anyway, so I was really distracted for like a month by the beach. And I don't know. I think I might go back and just say like, I didn't tell you guys this, but everybody gets points for every time they checked in.
Yeah.
So people got this X amount of points because they checked in. So I'm going to add that to like the challenge.
I think too, some people do need a little bit more one-on-one, or there's hands held. So like some of my girls like are completely independent and they do their thing and they check in every day or they don't. And then there's other girls that are like, I have to work out at 5:30. If you don't see a selfie from me by 5:30, like call me out. And so I have like 2 girls that I have to like literally hold their hand and be like, did you get your workout in? Let me see your selfie. What time are you working out tomorrow? So maybe your friend that's trying to tell
Nicole
you.
Holloman?
Nicole, yes.
2 years.
I know. So Nicole, and then I've got a girl named Morgan Lee that is kind of the same way.
How ridiculous is that I knew that. I knew who that was.
Well, at least she finally bought a challenge pack and is getting Shakeology. I mean, it only took her 2 years to do that too.
I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Although,
but
you know what? I joke, but like I rely on you that much too.
Well, whatever.
In for 2 years also, so it's
no way. No, but I think like your girl that's like needs, maybe you should have her send you her daily food log, like I did with your sister for a while. Be like, okay, if I'm going to hold you accountable, I want to see what you're eating, and I want you to be for real. And if you eat 2 donuts, I want you to tell me, and then I'm going to come down to your classroom and smack your wrist 2 times with a ruler when you eat those 2 donuts.
And she would be totally happy to do that. She would write it all down and not care one bit. She would write. She told me that she went to go eat a donut the other day and she sat there and ate the whole bag. Like, I think she has a mental problem.
Then she doesn't want to help herself, and you cannot focus too much of your time on that one person. I think that you need to.
Well, that's why I kept telling her, what is your why? Why are you doing this then?
Yeah.
If you want to go eat a whole bag of donuts, why are you doing that? She's like, because I want to set a good example for my daughter. And I was like, but you're not. You're that strong enough for you.
And then you have to remind her of that. Yeah. And
why do you want to set a good example for your daughter? Like
sometimes, and that's really hard. And sometimes it takes people, 2 groups, 6 groups, 12 groups to really figure that out. And sometimes they'll drop off and then you'll see them come back in like 4 months and be like, dude, like I just gained freaking 15 pounds and I'm miserable and I'm pissed and I'm so mad at myself, and let me back into your group. I need something. And then they like, and then they're there and they're like long-term. So, I mean, it's crazy because, you know, it's hard as a coach to try to coach somebody that doesn't really want it or that just isn't really all there. And you kind of have to feel people out. I really like the idea of doing like a personality type quiz or something. And that's something that you can incorporate at the beginning of your group too. And I think I'm going to start doing that. So that way you can kind of sense what people need. Like if people are a red and they're totally independent and they don't need your help, then you're going to know like, okay, like I'm not going to push Kelly because she totally like she does this on her own, you know, but I'm still going to check in with her once a week and make sure that like she's legit, like doing her shit. Or, you know, like, okay, Michaela's, you know, she's a white, so she's like super sensitive. So I should probably be checking in with her daily or, you know, hey, I'm a white apparently. So like, I don't know. I used to be a red and then I was a yellow and now I'm a white. So I'm just kind of a rainbow. I don't know. I'm just a hot mess. So,
so I tried to do that personality test the other day and I had to stop because I didn't know any of the answers. I was like, I don't get this. Like, how am I supposed to talk about how I was as a child? I don't remember how I was as a child.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I'm going to try to find another one. I've posted one.
I was like, and there was 27 questions with all these character traits, and I'm thinking, oh, what if I wasn't any of these? There's
right. I know.
none of the above. Like, I don't remember my childhood that much to like be able to answer those questions.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that one. And
you know what I'm talking about, Michaela? Did you see that?
I haven't tried to take them yet. I just assume I'm a red and have just kind of caught that.
I think you are. And I think I'm more of a yellow where I'm more like, you know, too much fun and not enough dedication. So, but apparently I'm overly sensitive too. So don't piss me off or I might cry.
I'm overly sensitive. I know that. I don't know what color that is, but I cry a lot and have a lot of feelings.
It's white. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll try to find one and I'll post it because it would be good to know just like, you know, for us coaches, like how we can coach you guys better.
Maybe I'll do that in week 1 of our group. I'll like give everybody, I don't have anybody new. So
one thing that's really great about that is finding out what people are like. So then you can take those colors and do them each week of your group. So when you have your red week, you can say like, Michaela, can you do me a favor? Can you do our Wednesday post and then give you some of that leadership and direction so that way you can like flourish in the group. And for the people that are yellows, like, okay, this week we're going to have like, you know, wacky Wednesday. So you get to pick, you know, what outfit everybody has to wear and then like post it. So then that way everybody can like try to dress like that or something, you know, like you can do little, and then you can do like a week of sensitive, like tear jerking type posts that are like, you know, post a bunch of people's why videos and share a bunch of transformations and stuff that really like digs into people's hearts. And so those people that have that emotional connection will feel a little bit stronger. And so then you can kind of do a week of each or pepper them into each week. And then that competitive mode, you do that last week of like point system. So like that way, you know, the ones that are a little bit more driven and competitive will really do well with that and will kind of bring the other ones up because everybody will have had a chance to somehow emotionally connect to the group in each different week or in each different way. So that way you're appealing to everybody and it's not just like a daily post. It's not, you know, like, hey, here's your motivational quote for the day, like go get 'em Tiger, you know, like it's like, you know, let me help you individually as I'm helping the group all together. So
I like that.
I've kind of done a little bit more of that through my groups. I do like theme days, like I'll do, you know, like a motivation Monday, transformation Tuesday where I'll share like transformations. On Wednesday, I do what I ate Wednesday and I make everybody post everything that they ate for the day. Thursday, I typically post a little bit about Shakeology and its benefits. Or on Tuesday, I'll do Talk It Up Tuesday, and I'll do a live video and I'll talk about the importance of, you know, different muscle groups or sugar addiction or why, you know, sports drinks aren't good for you versus, you know, other things like that. And always post something about like, if you have any questions, we'll talk about them today on Talk It Up Tuesday or whatever. And then just some other little things like that.
I do not see a forms option underneath my Google.
Go to
Are you
just type
clicking the
in
little
Google
squares
Form.
on the right?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
like
there should be
documents.
There should be one that says more. Click that.
I did click on that one and it
Are
took
you
me
on-
to
Are you at Google Forms? Did you go to Google Forms?
I can't do. Is it under the Google? Like when I sign into Google, is it an option?
I literally just type in Google Forms into Google.
Oh, I was like in my Google email and was trying to go to that.
I think mine says
Actually,
Google
works, you though,
Docs.
too. Mine does.
Yeah, there's little dots on the side.
Mine says either says Drive or Docs, I think, instead of Forms. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Docs.
I'll find it. You said it's under Google Docs.
So yeah, let me show you. No, it's not under Google Docs. So
Okay.
like, where is my dang internet? Get out of here. Okay.
Well, I mean,
So
could
this
just
is
type
the
it into
point
Google.
system that I was talking about, and I can share this image if you guys want to use it. But this is.
Oh yeah, share that. I don't know. I might use that.
So
Yeah, I'll
I
take
just. This is it. Just Google Forms. And then it'll come up Google Forms, google.com/forms.
Gotcha.
And then you just click go to Google Forms.
Okay, I'll do it
And
that
then
way.
that's where you can like create. So what I do, like all of those documents that like, all these leaders and elite coaches and stuff share, I literally will create a new document, copy and paste everything in their form and paste it onto here, or copy and paste. So then I have my own. So that way I'm not sharing like Lindsay Matway's form or something like that. So that way I just have my own, and then, yeah. So yeah,
Cool.
This is that little, so I just had a coach do this the other day, share something about your journey on Facebook and tag me, and then you get 10 points for that. So, and then like during the day, I might post like a recipe, and I'll say like, post a pic of what you're having for dinner and give yourself 2 extra bonus points or something, so like that way, I don't know, whatever. But yeah.
Cool. All right.
So, all right, gals. Well, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. I know we all got shit to do. So,
Cool.
stuff to do. Rusty's over there making those rum shot of pudding shots. I'm about to go to the store.
Oh, yeah.
Rum shot.
It's time to lick the spoon.
Right.
I know.
It's noon somewhere.
Are you really making rum chata pudding? That's awesome.
Pudding shots for a bus trip.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's like doing casino bus party shots day. I'm like, I'll be over here drinking coffee. Well, we're going to a friend's St. Patty's Day party that starts at noon, and we're supposed to bring booze and food. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be smashed by 4 p.m.
Are you taking your kids?
Yes. Which
awesome.
we'll see. They have kids, and it's
Cindy and Kevin came over last night, and Cindy had like almost a full bottle of Deserano. She was like downing these damn Amaretto sours. I was like, girl, you're not still in Mexico. She goes, I think after this past week, I could drink you under the table. Like, well, that's, yeah,
like, I'll
like,
take
that's
that challenge.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm coming over.
Yeah, she was a little tipsy last night. So it's all good.
So was I.
I wanted to be, but I had that damn Orange Theory class this morning. So
Oh,
I drank way too much and ordered pizza late night.
nice.
I had fried
Hey,
fish.
Currently
Snickers bar
posting about
yesterday.
Shakeology on Facebook right now, so look for my post.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna get some work done.
All right, gals.
All right, see you ladies.
Have a
Bye.
good Saturday. Bye.
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 Bye.